Today we're going to set up the LED smart bulb with Google Home. Hey guys, welcome to CG Cowboy. I'm Dale Forbes, and today I know it's another little departure from my normal tutorials, but I'm starting to get into these smart devices and I'm learning as I go, so I want to share some of these things with you. So today what I'm doing is I'm connecting a Teckin LED smart bulb to the Google Home app. In this case, I'm using the Google Home Mini device. You can use the Google Home Hub, whatever's using the Google Home app. I'm also going to use Android in this case, but I'm sure the same process is going to work for iOS. It's just a matter of getting the same app from the iTunes store. But let's check out what's in the box first. Now in the box, in addition to however many bulbs you ordered, it's going to come with a pretty decent user manual. Now the user manual has things like the QR code if you want to go ahead and, sorry Google, if you want to go ahead and use the QR code to find the Smart Life app, but we're going to cover that in a minute. It's also going to have instructions for setting up the bulbs with the Smart Life app, but we're also going to cover that. In addition, it comes with instructions for setting it up with Alexa, but not for setting it up with Google Assistant. But the first thing we need to do is get to the Smart Life app, so let's go there. If you go straight to the Google Play Store or iTunes to get the app, just make sure you get the Smart Life Smart Living app by Tuya. You'll see other apps with a similar name, but this is the one we'll be working with. By the way, Tuya does have another app called Tuya Smart, which looked a lot like a clone of Smart Life, just under a different name. I did get it working with Tuya Smart in case you want to give it a shot, but we'll be using Smart Life here. So let's open the app. And when you first open it, the first thing you need to do is you need to register an account with Smart Life. Now we're going to get into Google Home in a moment, but we have to start here. Now when you do register, I recommend using an email address. I've heard that people have had issues using a phone number when it comes to linking Google Home to the account later on. So just to be safe, I recommend an email address. In my case, I've already registered with an email address, so I'm going to go ahead and log in with that email address. And as soon as you create your account and log in, the first thing you're going to have to do is create a family. So we'll create the family, we'll give it a name. You can set your geographic location, you don't have to. We'll select completed. And now we're ready to add the device. So now we're ready to add the device. So go ahead and select add device. In this case, we're selecting lighting devices. And we need to confirm that the light's blinking. So I've got the one of the bulbs in a desk lamp here, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And now I've used this bulb before. Now yours may start blinking right away. Up there it goes. If it's not, you can select the view help here, and it really just tells you turn the light off and on. There's not a big science to it. Turn it off for a second, turn it back on for a second, and about the third time it should reset and start blinking. Now it's blinking for me in this case. I'm going to go ahead and select confirm, and it wants to connect to my network. So this is essentially what you're doing at this stage. You're connecting the bulb itself to your Wi-Fi router. It has to be a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi router. So if you have a 5 gigahertz with a 2.4 band, then you need to make sure you're connecting it with a 2.4 band. So to do that, you have to select the network. It's going to use the default network that's already on your phone. If that's not the one you want, change the network and then enter the password. So I've got the password here. I'm going to select confirm, also continue because I am using a 2.4 gigahertz in this case, and it starts the connection process. Now a few percentage points in, it's going to go solid right about now. There it goes, but it's not done. So you do have to wait for it to finish the initialization of the bulb and the connectivity. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward at this point because it could take a minute. So now it's set up. Now you'll see I already had this named as desk lamp. It comes up with some more cryptic kind of bulb, but I called it desk lamp. And to do that, I just selected the pencil, gave it another name, and pressed save. At this point, I could select a room. It's only going to have that room within the Smart Life app. I'm ultimately getting to the Google Home app, so I'm not worried about selecting a room in this case. So I'm going to select completed, and now it's configured in the Smart Life app. So just to quickly test it out, I'm going to select the bulb to turn it off, select it again to turn it back on. So I'm good to go. So let's get into the Google Home app. I'm going to open that up, And the first thing I need to do, well, actually the first thing you notice here is I have other devices already set up. No smart bulbs or anything like that. These are other smart devices that I've set up in my home. I told you I was kind of getting into these things. I've got a TV, I've got thermostats, a front door camera, and things like that. But in order to set up the smart bulb, we're going to go ahead and select Add, Set Up Device. And because we're using a device that's already configured in Smart Life, which works with Google, I select Works with Google. Now this process, what it does is it's really linking Google Home to that Smart Life account. Now there are a lot of apps in here that I could be linking to, but I'm going to go ahead and search for Smart Life, and there it is right there. So select Smart Life, and at this point I'm signing into my Smart Life account to authorize it using the email address that we used before. I've got my password in there, select Link Now. And because I've used both apps, you may not see both of these, but I've used 2U Smart before. In this case, I'm using Smart Life. So link now and select authorize. And it should be linking. Now, if for some reason you get a browser message that says it was linked successfully, but it's not bringing you back here, indicating it did link successfully, then check your browser. My default browser on my phone was Edge, Microsoft Edge, and it would not work for me. So that's one thing to check if it's not working for you. I had to change my default browser to Google Chrome. So because I've had that error and gotten past it by working through the browser issue, now I see the desk lamp with an unassigned room is within Google Home. So I select that. I do want to go ahead and assign it to a room now, and just for the heck of it, we'll just pick bedroom, next, and device was moved. Select done, and now within the bedroom I see both the smart TV that I already had in there as well as the desk lamp. So just to test it out real quick, I'm going to turn it off within the app. Great, Google Home now communicates with the desk lamp. But let's try the real test. So I did a quick cut because I didn't like the volume of the Google Home Mini. I want you to be able to hear this. However, I am going to cut out the first part of the command, so I'm not actually affecting yours at home. Google, turn off desk lamp.
Okay, turning the desk lamp off.
Google, turn on desk lamp.
Okay, turning the desk lamp on.
Google, turn desk lamp blue.
Sure, changing the desk lamp to blue.
There are a lot of commands that you can use with this that people may not know about. So I encourage you to look up the different kinds of commands. For instance, Google, make desk lamp daylight.
Okay, changing the desk lamp to daylight.
This is pretty much the default brightness and probably is what it is when it first comes out of the box. Google, make desk lamp soft white.
Sure, changing the desk lamp to soft white.
This could be a nice one. Of course, you can go through all the different colors, but I'll leave that for you to explore. So there you have it. Hopefully you found this helpful, especially if you've tried to set up these smart devices with Google Home before. I will leave a link down to in the description for this particular smart bulb. Just a warning, these things can be addicting, but it is a lot of fun. I welcome your comments down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.